You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
This morning, we are following a breaking shooting on the interstate.
Let's get straight out to Karis Belger. Karis, any updates?
We are still waiting to hear some details back from APD, but here's what we know so far. This happened on the northbound side of 85 between Georgia 400 and North Druid Hills exit. Police say that a man was shot in the head and in the chest. We learned that he has been taken to the hospital. He is currently in stable condition, according to police. I have reached out to try and get some more answers about a possible suspect or what investigators are looking for. When I have more details, I'll be sure to keep you updated.
And Karis, Atlanta police are also following another shooting this morning. We're going to talk more about that coming up in a little bit. But this time, this update story we've been following for you closely right here. A dozen mayors are raising concerns about the DeKalb County Board of Education's decision to fire the former superintendent, Cheryl Watson Harris. Their letter says, in part, that they're concerned the decision could jeopardize the future of DeKalb students. They say it could have some long-term impacts, like making it harder to attract and keep a new superintendent or other school leaders. They say serious changes are needed to prevent the chaos that seems to occur every few years in the DeKalb County School District. The letter says these mayors are ready to work on legislation that would protect students and educators. The school district is facing scrutiny over how it's handled renovations for its aging schools.
Just ahead of 6:50 this morning, a Georgia librarian is sharing her concerns about a law signed by Governor Kemp yesterday. That law would speed up the process to ban books in public school libraries. Nan Brown is on the advocacy team for the Georgia Libraries Association, and she says she has several concerns.
Our big concern is self-censorship, with librarians being afraid that a book may be controversial and not selecting the book.
Brown also says she's concerned about how much time districts will have to review complaints. She says some get up to 30 days, and the law cuts that time down to 7 days before they have to make a decision. She says there is a lot to review and consider in that short amount of time.
New this morning, the highly contagious bird flu going around this year has now officially infected a person. According to the CDC, a man in Colorado had some direct exposure while working on a poultry farm. Officials say the man, who is younger than 40, only reported symptoms of feeling fatigue. Bird flu has affected birds in 34 states, including Georgia. Our 11 Alive News poll shows Governor Kemp more than 20 points ahead of David Perdue in the Republican primary for governor.
Our poll gave us some insight about how both of those candidates could do in the next matchup in November against Democrat Stacey Abrams. Molly Oak has been digging into the results for us all morning. Molly, what stands out to you as we get close to people casting their first ballots?
Yeah, well, we got early voting starting on Monday, so we did want to look at this data from the poll. Take a look at this. It gives us an idea of where the voters' heads are at. If they were to vote for the governor in those November elections today, with only Governor Brian Kemp and Stacey Abrams on the ballot, 50% of you say you'd vote for Kemp. And if it was between David Perdue and Abrams, 49% of you went for Perdue. Now, over in the Senate race, if you all had to vote today, 50% would vote for Senator Raphael Warnock, with Herschel Walker coming in with 45%. And Warnock says the poll results speak to the work he's done for Georgia, and he says he isn't finished yet.
I'm honored to represent the people of Georgia every single day, which is why I'm focused right now on lowering the cost of prescription drugs in general and insulin in particular, why I'm pushing the President of the United States to do student debt relief.
We reached out to Walker's team for a comment, but we haven't heard back yet. Now, this data comes from about 2,000 people polled. There is about a 3.5% margin of error. Guys.
All right, Molly, thanks a lot. So here are the dates that you need to know. Molly mentioned early voting in this primary starts on Monday, and you can request an absentee ballot application from now until May 13th. Election day is May 24th for the primary, and if needed, a runoff election would be held on June 21st. Time right now is 6:55.
Let's get a look at what you need to know before you head out the door.
The Marietta City Council is going to meet at noon to consider if city employees will get paid time off for Juneteenth and Veterans Day. Earlier this month, a motion to make Juneteenth a city holiday passed the council 4-3. Then the mayor vetoed it.
And in just a few hours, Fulton County Board of Health officials will give away $100 gift cards to people getting COVID vaccines. First and second dose Pfizer shots will be available to anyone ages 5 and older. That is happening at the Fulton Central Library from 10 this morning until 3 this afternoon.
Get ready for some changes on your weekend drive starting at midnight tonight. Work is going to start in the northbound lanes of Georgia 400 from the I-285 on-ramp to Hammond Drive. That'll be until 7 o'clock this morning. The work picks back up Sunday night through Monday morning. We have all the specifics you need on 11alive.com.
The NFL once again taking over the desert tonight. Today's the second day of the NFL draft. The Atlanta Falcons have 4 picks all coming before the 85th tonight. Round 1, the Falcons selecting wide receiver Drake London with the 8th pick. The draft picks back up at 7 tonight.
Starting today, there's going to be a whole lot of shaking going on. Shaky Knees Festival is returning to Atlanta's Central Park in the Old Fourth Ward. A lot of great music over 3 days. Headliners are Green Day, 9 Inch Nails, and My Morning Jacket. Nearly 40,000 people are expected to be there, Chesley.
Absolutely right. All right, we're looking at temperatures by this afternoon. Looking pretty good. 74 degrees. We will have the sunshine around. Partly sunny skies will be the call for much of the day today, so you'll see that off and on. It's going to be a warm afternoon for us. By 3 o'clock, we should be right around 79 degrees. On our way to about 81. By 6 o'clock, we'll drop back down to 80 with partly sunny skies. A little southerly breeze, about 9 miles per hour, so not too bad.
I am looking forward to a really nice weekend.
Yeah, on me.
Oh, thank you.
Free of charge. On me.
Nice. Okay.
His generosity knows no bounds.
That's right.
Hey, thanks for all the 11s this week.
It was a nice week, wasn't it?
Yeah, thanks a lot.
You
And thanks for
wait.
breakfast.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
You just
Donuts
couldn't
for
wait,
all.
did you? I think that's your second sleeve of
No,
donuts.
I haven't had one yet.
Oh, what?
I have lots of boxes left over. All right, we hope you have a great weekend, everybody. Today's show is coming up next, and we'll see you back here for 11 Live Morning News on Monday.
Oh, for real? Wow, these are good.